Welcome back to Morning Mix. In the 80s, the words love song were synonymous with the band Air Supply. The band is celebrating 48 years of music this year with their Lost in Love Experience tour, and they are playing at the Columbia County Performing Arts Center this Saturday evening. I got the opportunity to chat with singer Russell Hitchcock on the band's history and where they're headed. We are talking to the lead singer and one half of the hit band Air Supply, who will be coming to the Columbia County Performing Arts Center in July. We cannot wait to see you. We've got Russell Hitchcock with us. Hey, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Very well.
Thanks
Good
so much.
To see you.
Thank you. It's good. Thank you for giving us a little time here this morning for Morning Mix. Congratulations, by the way. We just celebrated 48 years. I think it was last month.
Yes.
Wow.
Amazing.
Let's go back 48 years and 1 month ago about this. 1975. You and Graham Russell meet for the very first time. Was this one of those lightning in a bottle moments for you, or did it take a little while for everything to gel?
On hindsight, it probably was. I mean, at the time, that was my first kind of entree into show business, so I was very overwhelmed by being in the presence of, 60 people on stage rehearsing. But I remember Graham, everybody remembers him because about 20 minutes after I first met him, he fell over and he's 6'4". So it was like a giant redwood, and sprained his ankle really badly. So everybody thought that would be the last we'd see of him. Excuse me. But that day we were seated together in the men's chorus dressing room. We started the show together in the same. They used to be kind of like test tubes at two apostles per test tube. So we spent a lot of time together, but it was only about 2 weeks after we first met that we started to sing together. So I guess you could say it was lightning in a bottle, certainly.
And of course, that they say history is written after that. So many hits, so many years on the road, and well, I think I read somewhere that you said at some point to the effect, I don't want to write the songs, and Graham doesn't want to be the lead singer. So everything just kind of falls in place for you.
Well, that's, been it from the start. I mean, I couldn't write a song if you paid me. Well, I could, but it would be a really bad song. And he's never had any desire to be out front, although he is during the show quite a bit. But we both found what we do best in the framework of Air Supply. And I love to sing his songs. I sing other people's from time to time, but I don't care for anybody else's material in a live situation or the recording studio apart from his. One of the reasons why we've lasted is that respect for what the other person does. We don't tread on each other's toes. I mean, obviously you have to have an ego to get on stage, but we're not that kind of people off stage, I don't believe. We started off late in the business, so we didn't have any, I'm better than you because I'm young and handsome and all that stuff. It's been a great marriage of, brothership and hard work ethic and all the rest of it, because obviously we've been through our ups and downs since we began. And, but, we've weathered the storm, and here we are pushing 50 years now.
And just riding the wave just fine. You mentioned the studio here, and I know people realize you like being in the studio and performing, but you guys love being on the road, and you have been, every year since '75. I know during COVID, that was a tough time for you, taking just 10 months off the road just for COVID, correct?
It was. The first month was kind of cool because we hadn't done that ever. And, but, as the months progressed, and I would see people and they'd go, "Isn't that great? You got like 3-4 months off." And I go, "No, it isn't really." I mean, to start with, if you don't work, you don't get paid. So that was a consideration. But just, the routine that you have to get into, or that you are in when you're on the road, is when you don't have it, it's shocking to the system and the brain. I'd be sitting anywhere on Saturday night thinking, this is not right. I'm supposed to be somewhere else now.
Exactly.
But we were lucky enough to only have 10 months off. We went back to work in January of 2021 to a very different concert scenario. I mean, every there were only people in every sixth seat. And from then it progressed to every 4 seats with a break. And because eventually we got back to, as normal. But it took a long time, and it took the audience as well a long time to get that readjustment, because we rely on audiences that are very together, whether they're sold out or not. But we have a sense of community with the audience, and it
Right.
seems like it's one. But when you have to segment that and break it up, it's quite it's weird, to say the least.
Well, just as much as you were missing the stage, we were missing you guys on the stage as well. Russell, what is that one thing you love most about touring?
I like being on stage. I mean, the rest of it, when you first begin, it's very exciting because it's a different town every day, and it's new hotels, new restaurants, new places to go. But after be doing it for as long as we have, the payoff for the day is playing to people, because obviously you travel a bit. Traveling these days is horrendous by any stretch of the imagination. Delays, cancellations, lost bags, all the rest of it. But to get there and see the house lights go down and hear the audience's response before you step on stage is what it's all about. And it's a cliched thing, but it's what we live for. And as I said, I couldn't imagine not doing this at this point in my life. I think I'd probably shrivel up and I hate to use the word die. Spiritually, I'd probably
Never say
probably
die.
do that. But
Airheads never
it's a
say
wonder-
die.
no, hey, you got that right.
There you go. I love the fact that concert goers, especially the ones that may have never seen Air Supply on the stage before, they might expect it to be a little reserved when in fact you guys put out a full-blown out rock show.
It is. We're very proud of it at this point. We always have been. And it used to get up my nose bad when people would, especially critics, would say soft rock this and soft rock that. And it's always been a rock and roll show. But the band that we have now is phenomenal. And, people can expect loud rock and roll. It's very full on, energetic. And we share as much as ourselves as we can on stage. It's not 3 acoustic guitars and here I am.
Right.
It's not that. Well, you've seen it, so you know.
Yeah, and I will be seeing it again too on July 8th at the Columbia County Performing Arts Center. What's next for Air Supply? I know you're touring throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, well, tomorrow we leave for Santo Domingo, and then we play St. Kitts the day after that, and then we fly to Hawaii for a week, not too shabby. And then it's back to the US and off to the races again. We have dates booked until September next year, I believe.
Wow. All right, so it's going to be nonstop. Graham Russell along with
Yes.
Russell Hitchcock.
Yeah.
It's going to be July 8th at the Columbia County Performing Arts Center, 7:30 showtime. You can get your tickets at airsupplymusic.com or thecenterofcc.com. Russell Hitchcock from Air Supply, we appreciate the time. Thanks for talking with us today.
My pleasure, mate. You have a great day, and thank you for your time. Be safe.
I've done a lot of interviews, a lot of music interviews, just being in radio and everything else. And yeah, I was kind of fanboying a little bit for that because if you know Air Supply, if you grew up in the 80s, that was it, okay? You were trying to impress your girlfriend or whoever, you played Air Supply.
Oh, how neat is that? That's
that
a cool
is so
experience
sweet.
for you.
Oh, it's so cool.
It just came full circle.
I think a lot of people were surprised if they hadn't seen Russell lately. He's tatted up.
He's styling.
You saw the nails.
He's styling. He's styling. But like
And
you said, I can't
bracelets.
believe he said they have shows already booked through next September.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, nonstop.
These guys are, they're rocking.
Good for them.
He actually used to live in Marietta, Georgia, just down the road. So I think he's in LA now. But you can all find it out Saturday night. Thecenterofcc.com. You can get your ticket information there. I'll see you there because I definitely
You'll
will be there
definitely
for
be
that. All right.